Hello, everyone. Daniel Garaton. You have here on the screen right now an iBook that I designed created with iBooks author, and I'd like to show you about this book, and what's special I think about this book is an HTML widget that I designed and had my programmer create for me, based on this idea that I had. Well, how can you take an iBook and make it more personal to the reader? I mean, we could all create, books, and everybody reads the same thing. In this case here, everybody has the same content, but with the HTML widget that we put in here, it allows the reader to be able to make links between the content of the book, and say if it's a training manual, and this is what this is, and the data related to the work that person does in this particular case. So, for example, my idea is, if we create in pedagogy for the teachers, if we create a training manual, let's say, on the different styles of learning students have, and the strategies that can be put in place to enhance and to engage the students based on their learning style. Wouldn't it be very interesting for the reader to be able to make the links, so as they read the training manual, they could say, oh yes, well, I wonder which ones of my students is more of a visual student, so on and so forth. Obviously, that means that we have to have had, collected that data, which we're in the process of. So what I did here is that I created an iBook with iBooks author that shows my technicians how to properly install a smartboard in our classrooms. Now, as you can see, I've added different types of widgets to show them, the capabilities, because this was our first try at not at using iBooks author, but the idea that I explained. So what we did here, and if I get to section 3 of the book, and obviously on the left-hand side you have a video that I created explaining what's going on the right-hand side. So if I click on the HTML widget and I enter my credentials, which are for this exercise only, because I know everybody can see it as I do it, I've just connected to our database of equipment in our schools, all the IT equipment. And if I click on it, as you can see, these are all the smart boards at School 46, and this is real-time, real data. And so I've shown that the links can be made, and the iBook becomes more than a book. Not to put down the iBook at all, but I'm just bringing it, I think, to another level where the reader can quickly make the links. And I think that that's going to have a big impact on a lot of the users that have iPads that will be able to use the iBooks. I know that, for example, in my team, and because I am director of IT and I do look after all the users in the board, whether they're teachers or non-teachers, principals, etc., the more that we can have them use these the iPads and the iPhones and the iPods and the Apple technology, whether it be MacBooks or so on and so forth, it's just going to bring us to another level. And the transformation will just, keep going on. I've been doing this for many, many years, since 1983, and I've not seen technology like Apple technology in the last years that have allowed us to even, to do anything. Who would have thought of this a few years ago? So I am quite excited about it. And as you can see, we could even have, in this case here, link floor plans of the schools to allow the technician to be able to find that information. So taking the same technology and applying it to the classroom for teachers is doable, and we will do it. So I hope that this particular project that we've started excites you, because it excited us quite a bit. And when I actually showed it to some of the people that I know at Apple in Toronto, because I know more and more of them over the years, and because I am very involved in developing and creating projects, and I often go to Apple conferences and presentations. When they saw this, those that were familiar with iBook were pretty well stunned, surprised that we had taken that HTML widget and do what we did with it. So I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do, and I hope we have the opportunity to talk about it. Thank you, and have a nice day.